If you're struggling to find a job, this is my number one tip I have to share with you. And that is to get in front of a human as soon as possible. Now you might be thinking, yeah, Laura, that's what I'm trying to do. But I have a question. Are you going about it as strategically as possible? If not, don't worry, because by the end of this video, you will be. And make sure to stick around till the end for a tip that is going to make connecting so much easier. Hi, I'm Laura, a career relaunch coach and certified professional resume writer, and I'm here to take your job search from stressful to successful. Now, before we jump into tactics, I want to talk about what the current job search landscape looks like. And unfortunately, it's not a great one. We have employers and we have job seekers, and both parties are so frustrated. It's like there's a wall between the two, and that wall is called AI. Now, rather than going around the wall, what's happening is that both parties are just doubling down on AI. But what this does is it continues to erode the trust. Employers don't trust you, and you don't trust employers. Now, one of the easiest ways to gain trust back is to make that human connection. Now, the first way is that if you are applying online, then you should immediately be sending an email to the hiring manager or your best approximation of who that hiring manager is. Now, if you do this, you're already in the top 10% of people. I actually talked to a hiring manager who had reviewed thousands of resumes throughout his career. And I asked, how many people have done this? And he said 20. And he goes, and each of those 20 people, I reached back out to. But don't stop there. Instead of sending a generic email that says, I applied for a position and here is my resume, I look forward to hearing from you. You are going to do research. You are going to give value right off the bat, and you're going to show why you are the solution to their problem. Because remember, every job posting is a problem they are looking to solve. This will catapult you beyond most job seekers. And I actually had a client who did this. Now, she learned in the interview that the reason she was in that interview was because she reached out to the hiring manager. The recruiting team, they had already passed on her resume. The hiring manager went to the recruiting department and had them pull it. And yes, she did receive the job. My second tip is to join professional organizations or memberships. Now, most every industry or profession is going to have at least one professional organization. These are gold. Everybody who's a part of that organization has some buy-in to that specific industry or profession. So you know that there is a definite connection point between you and them. And networking isn't weird because most of these organizations have built-in networking opportunities. In fact, that's the purpose of them. Even better is that a lot of these associations have job boards that are unique to them. As an employer, what makes more sense? Going to Indeed and putting out a job posting that anybody and everybody can see and apply to, or going to a very specialized niche group of people that you know have the skills, have the interest, have the experience that you are looking for. Yeah, they're going to pick the associations. So not only do you have the opportunity to connect, but you also have the opportunity to learn about jobs that other people don't have access to. Now, if you are looking to level up your job search by working one-on-one, then I will leave a link in the description on how we can work together. And the next strategy is to strategically volunteer. Now, this one isn't often talked about, but trust me, it can pay off in huge ways. I should know because this approach actually landed me a job offer and I never even had to submit my resume. And it makes sense because you are making human connections right off the bat rather than having your resume do all of the talking. When you strategically volunteer, you are not only getting to know people within the organization, the board members, the workers, but you're also getting to know other volunteers and people in the general public. And when they get to know you and your work, you've already done the hard part. You've already proven yourself. So in my case, there was a job opening at the nonprofit that I was offered just because I had volunteered there and they knew how I was as a worker. This can also work in different ways. Let's say there's a board member that you often work with on a specific initiative for the nonprofits. Well, if an opportunity comes up at their company, I'm sure they would think of you before posting a position to the broader audience. The great thing about volunteering is you can find what works for you, and also you can pursue passions that you might not necessarily have paid work experience in, and this will get you that experience. And my final strategy is to start setting up coffee chats. Yes, this is cold outreach, but before you say, no, I'm not going to do that, just hear me out. It might feel a little awkward at first, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get doing it. And there is a way to approach this that will increase the responses that you get. Because here's what a lot of people do. They just create a general outreach template and then just plug and play people's names and send it out. But if you receive that, how would you feel? You probably realize right off the bat, it's just generic and you feel kind of used. Whenever I craft an email to somebody I do not know, I have one goal, and that is for them to respond to me with a thank you. If they respond with a thank you, that means I did my job of giving enough value. Now, this value doesn't even have to be a lot. It can just be a really authentic compliment, or you could provide a piece of value that could help them in some way. But when you approach it this way, you guarantee that you are coming across as more authentic than the average person. And here's the tip I referred to at the beginning of the video, which is gold. And that is to set up a free account on a scheduling platform such as Calendly. Now, when you do this, you can create your own unique meeting room. And when you do that, you can include it in the emails that you're sending out to create connections. Because remember, you want to make it as easy as possible on them. So rather than go back and forth and say, oh, are you free Tuesday? No, I'm not, but Thursday might work. Just send them a link to your calendar. They can click on the date that works for them. Boom, you have a coffee chat on the books. So now that you've started creating human connections, you're gonna wanna be prepared with a standout resume. So make sure to check out my video here.